What's up? How you doing today? I'm Coach Ryan Finley from the VIPAR Pit. Today I've got an advanced muscle building tip for you long-term muscle builders out there. This is a plateau busting strategy that you can use if you've hit a peak or hit a plateau in your muscle building results. So muscle building is notoriously a slow process, especially the longer you've been training. So it can get frustrating to feel like you're grafting hard in the gym and not getting results at the same speed you used to. If you've been on a plateau for a while, sometimes you just need a shake up or a new stimulus in order to keep things growing. So I've got just that stimulus for you today. One of the best things you can do when you hit a plateau is to crank up the volume. Now typically I recommend only doing 1 to 2 body parts with this manner and the rest of your body putting on maintenance. You would not want to do this with your entire body. I mean, you could, all right? I'm not gonna say it hasn't been done before, because it has, but it works better if you can direct all your recovery resources towards the muscle groups you're trying to specialize in. So basically what this looks like is you take, it's a super simple concept, but basically we're going to dig a deep ditch for recovery, and then you're gonna bounce out of that ditch higher when we pull the volume back. So it's a 3-week cycle, and you can repeat it for as many rounds as you want in a row. I typically recommend maybe 3 rounds in a row, so we're looking at 9 total weeks of programming before you switch to a different body part or use a new cycle. So what this looks like is, let's say your normal work set volume for a given body part, let's say it's your quadriceps. Let's say you do 10 sets per week for quads, 10 work sets. So when I say work sets, I'm talking sets of exercises for your quads that are close to failure. So within about 3 reps or so of failure or going to failure. You only count those sets in your work sets. So let's say in your normal routine, you do 10 work sets. Figure out which side, I want to stand on here, I want to stand here, I want to stand here, I don't know, all right. In your plateau buster routine, weeks 1 and 2, you are going to double up, or 2 to 2.5 times the amount of work sets. So in your normal routine is 10 work sets for quads. Guess what? Week 1 and 2 of this new cycle, you're going to do 20 to 30 work sets for quads. Maybe 20 in week 1, 30 in week 2, or you can keep it static throughout. It really doesn't matter. The point is we are introducing a shock stimulus to the quadriceps. How do you do that? First of all, you could decrease your rest interval. So take your standard workout and cut your rest interval in half between sets, and then continue to add sets within the framework of your main workout. The downside of this is inevitably your weight is going to decrease. So if you're used to squatting 315 for your sets and you cut that rest interval in half, that weight's going to get down to 275 and then 225. So if you want to keep the stimulus high, what I recommend doing is increasing your weekly or daily frequency. So if you normally train quadriceps 1 time per week, train them 2 times per week. If you normally train them 2, train them 3 to 4 times per week. You could also look at doing twice per day sessions, so squatting in the morning and in the evening. You could squat on the morning, Monday and Thursday, and then in the evening do isolated leg work, leg extensions, split squats, lunges, leg press, more direct, less neural loading. Squats are very neurologically demanding. Things like lunges, leg extensions, leg press, hack squat machines, they're still challenging to the quadriceps, but a little less neurologically demanding than barbell squats. So you could have a structure like that where you squat mornings and do machine work in the evenings. That's fine. But play around with your weekly and daily frequency to increase that total number of work sets. Here's a key. You must decrease your volume for your other body parts. If you're specializing for quadriceps, you're going to take the volume of your upper body work down. You're just going to take it down to maintenance levels so you retain what you've currently got, but you're not actively driving progress. So 3 to 5 work sets per body part is more than enough to maintain. Here's the cool part. When you shift to just maintenance for your upper body, after a period of time, you're going to resensitize yourself to new stimulus. So back when you go back to your regular training load of say 10 work sets, after you've only been doing 3, it's going to create new growth in your upper body. So that's a form of plateau busting there as well. Now, this is one of the biggest keys of this cycle. Week 3, plateau buster week 3, you're only going to do 5 work sets. So basically you're doing double the volume weeks 1 and 2, and then half of your normal volume in week 3. This is to allow for recovery. Again, we are digging a tremendous ditch in our recovery ability with those 2 weeks of overloading. So we really want to pull fatigue down and back in that final recovery week. So 5 work sets. What you're going to find this week, on the week that you do 5 work sets, is the week that you're going to actually experience the growth. You're gonna need to make sure you're eating that week. You need plenty of protein, plenty of carbohydrates. Yes, don't be afraid of carbohydrates because they're important for recovery and for anabolism or muscle growth. And getting plenty of rest in that week. And then prepare yourself for another onslaught of 20 to 30 work sets of quads the next week. Again, you can repeat this. I mean, my best recommendation is 9 to 12 weeks in a row. So 3 to 4 times through this cycle in completion. You could do it longer than that if you have a really, really lagging body part, but odds are good. If you train hard enough and train smart enough, you're gonna get some significant growth in that 9 to 12 weeks. And then it's time to switch to something else. As an advanced trainee, you have to balance between accommodation and specificity. So you never wanna fully accommodate to the stimulus where it doesn't work for you anymore. So after 9 to 12 weeks of doing something like this, pull the plug, move to something else, shift to a different strategy, and continue to make some growth. Hope this program makes sense for you. I'm Coach Ryan Finley from the VIPAR Pit. If you like this video, please hit subscribe below, and I'll see you next time.